What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Before. I'm Neon Mushroom. Today, some Arena Standard. We're playing a deck you haven't seen, at least not on this channel yet. This is black-green Graveyard Up the Beanstalk midrange deck. So what this deck's doing is it's using Up the Beanstalk to draw extra cards, using cards like Overwhelming Remorse, Hollow Marauder, and Huskburster Swarm. And you're going to basically turn everything into a cantrip. And while you're doing that, you're going to get payoffs like Souls of the Lost that really pay you off for having a gigantic graveyard. Mana Solid. We have a lot of cheaper options that are really good ETBs. They help fill our graveyard. Cards like Cenote Scout, Rubblebelt Maverick, things like that. The sideboard, you probably guessed already, is just absolutely full of sideboard cards. This is the deck if you want to see the whole thing. It's in the description below. Let's hop into the arena ladder. Okay, this hand has an Overlord, a couple payoffs for things in the graveyard. We need this Overlord to be really good to us. If we can if we're left with one or two creatures in the bin after picking something up off the Overlord, we'll be happy. We get to lead on a Surveil. We've got a Haywire Mite, could be okay-ish. I think we're gonna try this. I just don't know if this is the exact type of hand we're normally looking for this deck. We're gonna find out. Llanowar Elves, ew, that's fast though. There's a Souls of the Lost, that's pretty cool. Gnawing Vermin, I like it, but I think I'm just gonna put it in the bin. Make things cheaper. Just off first glance, I'd have to guess that the Overgrown Zealot, what is this? I wanna say this is probably the Simic Cage deck, but I really don't actually know. All right, Overlord Impend. What do you even do? It adds mana. Cool. All right, we will take a Souls of the Lost and leave 2 in the bin, so these cards still function pretty well. That is a Bright Glass Gearhulk. That's kind of insane. I wonder if they have a mainboard Ghost Vacuum. That would make our life harder. Haywire Mite notably can't hit creature artifacts. That's going to be problematic. Oh, it's just their own Haywire Mite? Sure. All right, we draw a Cenote Scout. Let's go ahead and play Cenote Scout first. Souls of the Lost on top. We'll put it into the graveyard. And then let's go ahead and play Llanowar Wastes. And we'll play another Souls of the Lost. It being a 4/5 seems kind of chill. Oh, we have to discard a card. That's ideal. We'll pitch, would we rather cast more Souls of the Lost or Hollow Marauders? I feel like Souls of the Lost is probably pretty good in the matchup, so we'll pitch a Hollow Marauder. All right, we have a 5/6. If our opponent can't beat that, we'll be pretty happy. If they can, oh well. If we had a Beanstalk this game, I would feel real good. Looks like they're gonna flicker the Bright Glass Gearhulk, go get more tools. That seems strong. Bright Glass Gearhulk is so cool. Deskro's Reliquary, ew, cut that out. Luckily they have to start sacking creatures, which isn't the worst. Okay, now we're here. Can't attack. Haywire Mite, solid draw. This thing has Ward 2, which is problematic. But we can do like 2 things, I think. Or are we just supposed to get a Hollow Marauder into play? Let's go Souls of the Lost. We will discard a card. We'll pitch one of our Haywire Mites. That'll make Hollow Marauder cheaper. Now we can't cast it here, but we can. I think we have to hold our Haywire Mite back because they can Dusk Rose the Mite, and that would be very bad. So I think we're just like holding up Overwhelming Remorse now. No attacks. They're going to take out this Souls of the Lost as well. But we got this Overlord of the Balemurk ticking down, which is, hopefully going to be helpful. Paw Patch doesn't make me happy though. Sanguine Evangelist. Do we Overwhelming Remorse first? I kind of feel like we do. Yeah, we'll Remorse the Gearhulk. Trigger the Bunny Rabbit. Bunny Rabbit get bigger. You exile your creature. You make more creatures. You probably Deskro's my Souls of the Lost. Sacrifice the Bat, I'd have to assume. Maybe they want to like connect with the Bat. I don't really know. All right, they sack the Bat. They get the Deskro's. They get my Souls of the Lost. They play a Haywire Mite of their own that can blow up Overlord of the Balemurk. It might need to do that. Overlord of the Balemurk's going to be real bad for them if it just like resolves. Because once it becomes a creature, the Haywire Mite can't actually target it. We draw Hollow Marauder. We'll play the Hollow Marauder. All right, you're the opponent I'm choosing. They have no cards to discard, so we can just draw a card. I think that's how this works out. Yeah, it is. Gnawing Vermin. Is that better than just jamming Haywire Mite here? It's interesting. It makes attacking like impossible for them, so I will just jam the Gnawing Vermin. I can't attack either, conversely, but I think if they brick, which they basically have to draw land to brick here, I think I mill myself for 2 as well. But if they brick, then they just have to like shoot the Overlord of the Balemurk and like not attack, which seems fine. They use the Mite now, sure. You gain 2. Does Restless Prairie pump toughness? It does. That's interesting. I think I can still come out ahead with my blocks, but it makes it not free. Ooh, this combat seems ambitious, overly ambitious. Yeah, this combat's like way too ambitious. What's going on here? Okay, we're gonna block. What's the most important thing to just make sure it dies? The Prairie, I think. You know, damage will happen first. If we kill the Paw Patch recruit, that makes us pretty happy. Then we can trade with We need to kill both Paw Patch recruits. Maybe that's just the play, like block like this, take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, but then we won't get a kill off the Gnawing Vermin trigger, right? And that seems problematic. Maybe it's okay to let one Paw Patch recruit trigger resolve. What does that look like? We block the Llanowar Elves with the Cenote Scout, then we use Gnawing Vermin to block Sanguine Evangelist, and then use its trigger to target the Sanguine Evangelist. I think the Restless Prairie has to go. Let's do this. Let's go block here, block the most amount of damage I can, which would just be the Llamaur Elves, because these have trample. Then after combat damage, I can like use the Gnawing Vermin to give this -1/-1. It'll pump something else, but maybe that's okay. What do I take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sure. That's how we're blocking. All right. Trigger the vermin, kill here. Trigger the paw patch, pump something. Okie dokie. Ooh, can I live? This will pump everything else. So 1, 2, 3. And if I block this with 2 toughness, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, that's tricky. What I want to do is play Up the Beanstalk and then like play Hollow Marauder, draw 2 cards potentially. But combat actually might not be good for me if I do it that way. I can hope to just get lucky and draw a land and play the Haywire Mite as well. I think that's kind of where we gotta be. All right, Up the Beanstalk, draw and card. Okay, that worked out. We'll play the Wastewood Marauder, draw a card. Comes into play, you discard. I draw another card, we play Cenote Scout. Okay, this worked out okay, we got lucky. Huskburster Swarm can stay right where it's at. All right, opponent, what now? Yeah, they drew air. Interesting attack. Block here, block here, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they're left with a 1, 2 power in play after that. I think that's okay. We're gonna call that good. All right, that dies. Now this doesn't attack. We're on a 1 turn clock, but we've got options. Let's go with a Swarm. Trigger the Beanstalk, draw a card. It's a Blooming Marsh. Let's play Llanowar Wastes and Haywire Mite, and then let's just pass the turn. Now we can get back Souls of the Lost at instant speed. And these Souls of the Lost are damn near lethal on their own, which is kind of insane. Collector's Cage, that's pretty good. They can get their creatures to be all different powers, which is not great for us. Opponent found a good top deck. That makes us very sad. All right, they pump there, sure. What's underneath that fucking cage? No, not a Break Glass Gearhulk. Okay, that happens. Resolves. We're gonna need some help from the top of our deck now. A couple of Paw Patch recruits. Kick one of them, sure. Make a little buddy. Just hard cast the other, sure. Combat. Attack for 2. Let's pop a Duskrose Reliquary. That'll gain us 2 life. That's the important bit of text here. Auto pay the ward. Get our Souls of the Lost back. Take a damage. Draw gas. Overwhelming Remorse has the potential to save us. We basically have to draw mono gas off the top for it to be like functional. Let's Overwhelming Remorse. Yeah, we need to do it now. I think we're dead, but we're going to try to make this work. Let's start by killing the flying bat, because that thing is just in the air. That's 3 paw patches, which I don't love. I don't know why they should just only pump their paw patches. They all have trample. All right, Overlord, I think does not save us. We will go ahead and impend it just to see what we wind up with, but I think this is bad. Well, Harvester would have been a potential out if I had the mana to cast it. Now I could discard it and nope, there's no way to escape lethal here. Let's go to the next game. That was tough. That was a good game though. Opponent played that pretty well. What do we want versus this deck? I think Reclamation Sage. What else? Maybe Choking Miasma. Definitely Choking. What does Quag Feast do? Future Planeswalker, Vehicle, mill 2 cards, destroy permanent spells. Could be a good choice. All right, let's start with what we don't want. And that's confusing too because all my cards are good. Maybe Blanchwood Prowler we need to get out of. You're really close to stabilizing there if it weren't for that top deck. Yeah, if they didn't draw like Cage there, we probably just win, but we were just on the outside looking in. Maybe like cut one of the Overlords. I don't want to lose too much of my engine. I just want like Choking Miasma, maybe like 1 Reclamation Sage. No, I don't. Well, no, Rec Sage does hit Break Glass Gearhulk, and then like cut one other thing for potentially a couple Quag Feasts, maybe a cut down, maybe a couple cut down. Let's try this. This could be okay. I just don't want to, I'm afraid of losing too much of my engine, right? Would Rec Sage be worth it since they run so many artifacts? Yeah, I'm bringing in 1 because I still play Haywire Mite. I don't want to overload on the effect, but Haywire Mite notably can't hit Break Glass. I'll be on the play. This hand seems not great, but I do think we have to keep these. What is Wastewood naturally? Green. I think we lead on Cenote Scout, right? So we'll go Cenote Scout. Check the top card. Did not want that to be a land there. Paw Patch. Okie dokie. I take a draw. Ooh, Souls of the Lost. Double spell. I think double spell. Let's start with combat. Just attack you for 1. Gnawing Vermin. I will mill 2, and then I will play Haywire Mite. You may go. Don't you shelter by ghost that Paw Patch. All right, they're just passing. We're going to start with Underground Mortuary. Well, I will take an Overlord of the Balemurk. Then I'll play a Soul. Well, I'll attack first. Let's just get busy with both of these. If they have like a combat trick, that would be wild. Veil of Summer. Not Veil of Summer. Snakeskin Veil. Parting Gust. Sure, that seems like not a great use of that card. Here is my Souls of the Lost. I will discard a card. It'll be Llanowar Wastes. Here's my 3/4. Overlord of the Balemurk might make it bigger. Sanguine Evangelist is fine. You have no good attacks. I draw. I will impend Overlord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Miss on creatures. Well, I mean, I'll take the Gnawing Vermin. And then how many creatures are in my bin? Just 1? 1. Yeah, we'll Gnawing Vermin target ourselves. 1, 2. We hit another creature. That's not all bad. Verge, go to combat, attack with Souls of the Lost. There's no good block on this. They can chump if they wanna. All right, take 5, great. You go. We need gas off the top. I'd take a Beanstalk here. Overlord of the Mistmoors, fine. We'll just go ahead and deal with the problem now. Makes our Souls of the Lost a bit bigger as well, which is nice. Haywire Mite, it's not what we wanted, but it's like also not the worst thing ever. We'll go to combat. I'm going to get in with both of these. None of their creatures are safe, right? You just attack with everything? That can't be right. No, just those two. All right, they take it. Great. We'll go Haywire Mite. There's actually no good reason to hide this swamp either. Pass turn. Are we attacking? That would be actually crazy. They're attacking. Oh, wow. They must have split up, right? What's our block situation here? I'm not blocking with the Mite, but I'll block here and here. What do you got? Okay, you get a 1/1. That's fine with me. Llanowar Elves, sure. Why did they attack like that? But this is such a strange attack. Maybe they have another Sanguine Evangelist and they're going for like the race. Dusk Rose, Paw Patch kicked, sure. Okay, you got dudes. My turn. Ooh, Hollow Marauder. I won't show this to them until I attack. 7. They don't even have close to 8 power and toughness. So I think I also might want to attack with my Gnawing Vermin. Yeah. I guess they have 2 paw patches. No, I don't want to even put that trigger on the stack before their combat. I'll just attack with the souls. Kill your elf. Here's my Hollow Marauder. You discard a card. I draw a land. That's not the greatest. I'll play this tapped. Pass. There's a collector's cage. We can respond to the ability. I'm just going to blow up the cage now. Just totally uninterested in them getting any free card into play. They can add a counter if they want to, but they're not going to get the hideaway card. They probably should have added a counter, or is it only at sorcery speed? Nope, you can do it whenever. Get in with the flyers. This 4/2 is a little bit scary, right? I'll take 4. Draw Hollow Marauder. Great pickup here. I'll show it to him. Hollow Marauder you? Parting Gust? Sure, dude, you got it. I'm still going to draw this card. I'll draw a Cenote Scout. I guess we'll go to combat first. If they want to trade both of these for this, I think that's okay. And now I think Gnawing Vermin's just going to hit like, it's a little weird, but no, it's still not right to attack, I think. We're just going to attack for the 4/2 in the air. Maybe forcing them to double block. Single block, that's really interesting. Cenote Scout. This Overlord's about to be a problem. So if they draw dead for a little bit too long, they're in trouble. How much does that Huskburster Swarm cost? Cheap, I'll keep it. What a fun matchup. This is really, I like how on the ground and like just combat-y this matchup actually turns out to be. So they drew dead here, which is great. I'm now in a spot where like, do I trade them both of my Hollow Marauders? I think I full send. Their blocks are awful. I'm just full sending. Great. Bam, 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 bam. You go to 3. I'm going to kill your Paw Patch recruit. You may have a 2-power flyer. Okay, here's my swarm. Now it's even if they draw split up, I have just complete lethal in play. All right, they're dead. GG. Game 3. Do we change anything? I think cut down's even a little bit better on the draw than it is on the play. I don't think we want to lose like any beanstalks or anything. I'm just going to cut the Rubblebelt, bring in another cut down, and like really stare at that Reclamation Sage and think about it. I could see it being really good. Is it better than Choking Miasma on the draw? Probably not. No, I'm just going to leave it like this. Let's play game 3. Okay, hand looks like good mana. Choking Miasma. If I can leverage this, it's going to be insane. Fail state, we never find land 3, but I think we just have to take those risks. Tap land, great. We drew the land, amazing. I'm actually super chill just like casting Souls of the Lost. Just a naked collector's cage, huh? Well, I did just draw my Haywire Mite. I'm just going to play that out and pass. I could have Overlorded, but I like just holding this Haywire Mite in play. Your own Haywire Mite, that is fine. You're not doing anything else? I'll take out this collector's cage. I don't really care if they make themselves a 2/2. You got it, buddy. No more cage for you. The card we really don't want to see is cage. It's not close. I think we do just want to Overlord of the Balemurk, try to set up our graveyard. They could Haywire Mite this Overlord right now if they wanted to. I don't think that would be good. I could take Souls of the Lost. Souls of the Lost seems really good. Although Haywire Mite seems too good to pass up on here. I think I just need to like get it, play it, have it here. Top 8 Banes list from Chicago. I think this list is slightly different, but it's got to be heavily inspired by that same list. Yeah. So far, it feels pretty good. It's pretty well out of my wheelhouse. It's definitely not my playstyle. Just feels strong, like a good strong deck. I do like it. Break glass, no break glass. Can we dodge the break glass? I'm not gonna block. I've got a gross feeling they have break glass. Oh man. That's so good. Dusk Rose, or Dusk Rose and Ghost Vacuum. That would be real hard for us to beat. They get Dusk Rose, Llanowar Elves. That one's actually kind of weird. Our Choking Miasma looks kind of bad now, but I can continue to wait. They might play more things. Might just be that we want to get another creature into play, hang out, be very chill. Wait, if we hold up this Haywire Mite, they can't even Dusk Rose us, right? I don't think we can like afford to just play that waiting game. We will discard. I think we'll discard land. No, I think having more creatures in the bin is good. This one's more expensive. We'll do it like this. All right, I have a 5/6. That's kind of cool. No attacks, pass turn. Would love to see you play a Bant Gearhawk list. That's on the agenda. That'll be coming up soon. I think these Gearhulks are so sick. Bright Glass specifically is just nutty. Bright Glass can go get a Nurturing Pixie, which is messed up. Great late game stuff. All right, Soul Guide Lantern. Yeah, that's gonna work. Crack it. They go to combat. They swing out. If they want to pop their Soul Guide Lantern, they can take out my Souls of the Lost. I think that's okay. I can't just have them holding it over my head for the rest of the game. So we're just going to block here. Let them crack their Soul Guide Lantern, exile my graveyard. Souls of the Lost will then at least hit the graveyard, and I'll have at least one creature in there. All right, damage. Ouch. Pika, any tutor's just amazing in standard, let alone a double tutor on a 4/4. Yeah, it's incredible. I think post-rotation, Bright Glass Gearhulk is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Okay, they're going wide, which makes me really happy because I do have Choking Miasma. Land. Do I kick this? I don't think so. We're just gonna Choking Miasma. Yeah, kicking it doesn't even do anything. What am I talking about? I always want to kill everything but the Bright Glass Gearhulk, if that's okay with you, opponent. I don't know, we have like 3 Demonic Tutors in standard and none of them see play. There's a difference between a Demonic Tutor and a 4/4 life-linking Trampler, or 4/4 first-striking Trampler double Demonic Tutor. That's an ETB. I will say that. Unfortunately, they get to Haywire Mite my Overlord, which is not ideal. But it's not actually that hard for us to outclass the Bright Glass Gearhulk. We just have to find something to do it. We gain 2 here. We're going to Gnawing Vermin, mill ourselves. 1, 2. All right, we didn't really want to draw either of those, so that's fine. We probably don't even block here. Sanguine Evangelist is not something I'm happy to see. Tough. Dusk Rosing Gnawing Vermin seems really dumb. Please don't do that, opponent. Didn't they at one point, though? What was it? Besiege the Mirror? Yeah, Besiege still sees some fringe play. Opponent, I don't think that trade was worth it. I think your 1/1 was better than that Dusk Rose. We'll draw another Choking Miasma for real. I'm not going to do anything with it now. For now, I'll just cast the Hollow Marauder, target my opponent, draw a... Wow. I could not have asked for that to be better. Do you count stuff in exile? Oh my god, it counts exile. No wonder this card's in this deck. Oh, that's incredible. Opponent, I hope you top deck like a absolute chief. If you didn't, it's about to get really weird. We take a draw. It's a Cenote Scout. I will play it. You know, let's go to combat before I do anything. Do we just full send? The clapping is happening. It seems pretty good. Opponent does need to split up. And that is a really good reason to not attack with both creatures. Thank you for reminding me split up exists. I do think I want to play Cenote Scout just to keep the train going. But yeah, I think this here is a pretty good idea. Drawing a land's not where I want it to be, but like, whatever, it's fine. At this point, I just want to draw Beanstalk into like 6 9-drops. They do nothing. Okay, I'll go to combat. I'll attack. And then do I keep extending? I think so. The Cenote Scouts just get me deeper into my deck, which I think is important. Wow, that's not great. Okay, go ahead, opponent. Go Ghost Vacuum. It's a little late for that. I guess it's not the worst thing ever, though. They're not that far away from just like putting a bunch of bodies into play. Although Choking Miasma doesn't care about that, right? Draw. Oh, hi. I found my Up the Beanstalk. Let's hope they don't have an answer. Cut down. Not the worst thing I've ever seen. There is a world where I can kick Choking Miasma here. I can grow my Hollow Marauder, and then I can cut down Bright Glass Gearhulk. I lose both Cenote Scouts, but that might be okay. It does put a 1/1 into play that can then block my Hollow Marauder, and I don't love that. So I'm actually going to keep waiting. I'm just going to attack. Boink. Do I get him with the Huskburster Swarm? I could. That'd be a pretty cool way to use my cut down. I like it on defense. I'm going to be a coward. Connect. Go ahead, opponent. We just want to draw. We want to draw more Huskburster Swarms now. Unless, of course, our opponent has the answer for the Beanstalk. They have been holding cards, so it wouldn't be that crazy for them to have that. You take out my Souls of the Lost. That's fine. I believe Souls of the Lost, the way Ghost Vacuum works with it, it is just a 1/1. Patience wins games. Yeah, but you can also lose games to being overly patient. You got to be careful. But in this spot, I don't see how I'm too punished. They split up, destroy all tapped creatures. Really? You're going to 1-for-1 my Hollow Marauder? Sure. Passing to me? Absolutely, it's gone. My turn. Another Cenote Scout. We'll just not play it, actually. We're going to go to combat and just ship in with the Swarm. They block with both. We're going to cut down the Evangelist. You will not be killing my Swarm today. We'll play another Scout. Go deeper. Yeah, we'll take another Beanstalk every day. Pass. That was a silly block. My play there was so telegraphed. Like, I wasn't particularly sneaky about the way I did that. Now, if they activate this Ghost Vacuum, this Choking Miasma is going to be a complete blowout, which I will be really happy with. What are you doing in my Swarm? Yeah. Yep, it's bad. Oh, no. The Hollow Marauder makes me discard my Choking Miasma. So we still have magic to play. Do they just have Death Touch? No. You just got like flyers. All right, we're still playing Magic the Gathering. What could you possibly have for 1 mana? Why don't you just pass? You could attack for 1, but like, seems not great. Opponent cannot figure it out. Opponent, do something. Do anything. Dusk Rose wouldn't be too awful here. They could sack like the Bat, Dusk Rose, my Huskburster Swarm, then we're kind of at parity. But they have extra cards in play, or in their hand rather. That said, it's common information that the top card of my deck is Up the Beanstalk, and they're passing, so I want to cast it. If this hits like a Swarm or something, I think the game ends. That's pretty good. I think I am going to impend this for safety. Draw 2, pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will take a Swarm. We'll go to combat and just full send. Figure it out, opponent. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you have to block. Don't be tilted, opponent. Just make your play. Block Cenote, go to, yeah, great. And you can go to 2, and then here's this. I will draw 2 more cards. Neat. There's really no need to extend more, but I will just play a Gnawing Vermin. I'll mill myself for a couple more. Snark PNW, subscribe to the Prime. Thanks, baby. Appreciate ya. Okay, they're dead. Our opponent is just dead. I have no clue exactly what their plan is. Yep, you sure did. That just happened. Okay, can I just please go to the next round? Thank you, untap. Kill this. Trigger both beanstalks. Draw. Great, kill this. Trigger both beanstalks. Draw. Kill this. Trigger no beanstalks. Kill you. GG. All right, 1-0. This deck seems really sweet. I think it probably, if I had to take a guess, has a domain problem. But I could be wrong about that. You never know. Maybe the deck's got like a speed that it can go where it gets under domain, but that seems unlikely. Hopefully we never have to play it because let's just play another game in the ladder. We win 2 more and we just are mythic. Opponent gets to be on the play because they called ahead. Tough. Opener looks like okay. They mulligan, so I'm going to keep, but like it's not super exciting or anything. Tap land. Is this blue-white control? Looks like it. Okay, we will lead on Cenote Scout. Cenote Scout's a bit more aggressive, so I think we will. Scout. I have to turn this Google off. It keeps thinking I'm saying okay, break, nothing else. Google. Remorse to the bin. We got a 2-2. 2-2 and turn 1 ain't nothing to scoff at against the blue-white deck. We'll start with combat, attack. So they have to have No More Lies, right? Do I feed their No More Lies or do I think I'm just gonna like play Rubblebelt Maverick. Okay, they didn't have it. I don't want any lands, so that's a really great Rubblebelt Maverick. And then I don't really feel the need to play the Mite just yet, so I'm just gonna play an Underground Mortuary tapped. Great, 3 lands to the bin. Don't hate that. Stock up. This is a great turn to just impend this Overlord. That way the board wipes just like don't hit it. But I'm not in love with my spot here. Let's start here. Mill 1, 2, 3, 4, and take back Hollow Marauder, I think is the card I want the most. Then we'll go Blossoming Marsh. Do you go to combat or do we exile this? I think we just go straight to combat. We'll attack for 3. I've got this Haywire Mite, so I kind of don't care if they temporary lockdown. I will play the Gnawing Vermin, just to mill myself for 2 more so I can play this Hollow Marauder for as cheap as possible next turn. And we do hit 1 creature, which is nice. Chart a course. Is this not blue-white control? Is this Reanimator? Is this Aki? Is our opponent memeing on us the Aki way? That'd be tough. That said, as far as the best of 3 goes, I'd rather play against Oculus. Archive, put it in the bin. They don't do anything? Okay. Lands, combat, full swing. How worried am I about Sunfall? Mildly. I'm happy to put a Hollow Marauder into play. That way it at least like trades with a card in their hand. All right, time to drive home. Thanks for keeping me from having to think about my job shroom. Happy to help, Ritual. Have a great night. I'll talk to you soon. The Catchermost deck was sick. Charter Course is a really weird choice for blue-white control. It's like not the, ooh. This is not blue-white control. Everyone panic. This is Omniscience combo. Now they might not be able to get us this turn, which would be really good for us because we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 power in play. They're on a 2-turn clock, but we want to get this Haywire Mite into play like yesterday. Please don't archive. And thank God. I thought that was going to be an Omniscience. Charter Course. All right, they can't do it this turn. Now, Haywire Mite actually can't hit. Unfortunately, it can't hit enchantment creatures. So this could be a problem. Let's play the land. How much damage do we have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no way to make it more from here. We'll go to combat. We'll beat. What you gonna hit? Dispersal? Sure, that's a weird one to dispersal, I think. Connect. You're 5. I could just die here. We have to hope they hit their fail state, which would be pretty hard for them to for that to happen, but we gotta do what we gotta do. We'll play Haywire Mite. We'll play another Hollow Marauder, holding up the Haywire Mite activation. Not that I think it's going to be particularly useful. We draw a Blanchwood Prowler. We will pass. All right, let's see if the fireworks happen. Maybe we just die right now. Or our opponent somehow doesn't have it. That would be crazy. Okay, they somehow don't have it. Great. Amazing. This is the type of matchup that has to get better post-board, right? Reclamation Sage, Ghost Vacuum, Keen-Eyed Curator. Haywire Mite, I think, is a trap. Yeah, all these suck. What's good? Or what sucks in my main deck, I should ask. Haywire Mite, probably not the greatest. I think every time they have an Omniscience in play, it is absolutely a creature. I think I'm going to trim the Haywire Mites. I think I'm going to cut the Harvester of Misery. I think I want to trim, I think I like my Overwhelming Remorse. I'll cut like 1 Blanchwood Prowler, 1 Rubblebelt Maverick, 1 something else, another Blanchwood Prowler. All right, let's go. Game 2. All right, Tim, let's see if you can force us into a game 3. This hand already not great. I do just have a Ghost Vacuum and a Cenote Scout. We ball. So far hasn't worked out, but Cenote Scout. 1 land, please. Rats. Ooh, no. We got to try to find the land. Pass turn. There's the Philology. All right, no omniscience. We missed the land. Damn it. All right, well, here's my Ghost Vacuum. Go. No attacks. Tap land, do a little surveillance, chart to the bin, sure. Pass to me. Okay, I will activate my Ghost Vacuum. I'll take out the invasion. No land again. Well, I guess we deserve this. We're going to keep playing though, because if our opponent's too clunky and we just like find our lands in the next couple turns, it might not even matter that we fall behind, because when this deck's not doing the thing, it's not doing anything. Like it's either doing the combo or just losing. For anyone wondering why we kept and how bad this looks, we just got like the best possible sideboard card in our opener. So I think on the draw with the Cenote Scout, I'm just going to keep that. It's like a weighted coin flip in my favor with the extra Explore. Okay, they pass to me. We will Ghost Vacuum. We will take out Moment of Truth. What did they name with Cavern? Human. Okay, we found a land. That is awesome. Do we just start playing Souls of the Lost to get like busy? Seems like that might be okay. Although, Souls of the Lost. I have to discard a card. I could play Souls of the Lost, discard third Souls of the Lost, and that will be big enough to overrun the Philology Archaeologists. I think that's slightly better than playing Overlord. So yeah, we'll pay this. We'll discard Souls of the Lost. And for the next Souls of the Lost, we'll just sacrifice the Cenote Scout or something. But once we do that, this Souls will be big enough to crash through the Philologies, which will probably be good. Another Moment of Truth. You got it, buddy. Trying to find his exercise so he can take care of the Ghost Vacuum. All right, you go. Stock up, gross. Card's so good. That's why I'm not a big fan of this deck, and you probably won't ever see me play it, because I don't want to learn a deck. Because this deck, you do have to learn it. There's like a way you have to play this deck for it to function. But like its fail states there's many. And when you're not hitting your fail state, like we should have lost this game already. We haven't made land drops. We're in like a bad spot. But if our opponent can't deal with this Ghost Vacuum, we kind of just don't care what happens. It's really weird. Here, I think we just Souls of the Lost, sacrifice the Cenote Scout. Yeah, I kind of like that. We'll wait on the Overlord. Sacrifice, hey, Scout. They're big enough. Combat, send. Connect for 3. Love to see it. Pass turn. Now, it will get to a point where our opponent will have the mana to hardcast Omniscience. That will be bad. If that happens. Grand Abolisher, that's tough. We don't love it. It lets me not activate abilities. I probably should have activated the Ghost Vacuum in response, huh? We will have to Overwhelming Remorse that thing for sure. Stock up. We can probably safely Overlord plus Overwhelming Remorse to use all of our mana. God, stock up must make this deck better than it was though, huh? Just always find your combo pieces. Blast Zone on 1. Taking it to 2 would be very detrimental, but being on 1 just takes out my Ghost Vacuum, which is not ideal. All right, impending the Overlord. Flip over hopefully at least 2 creatures. We hit 2, meaning that our Remorse is good. It's going to be good to take out the Grand Abolisher. So we'll take Hollow Marauder here, and then we will Remorse targeting the Abolisher, and then we can swing for 10. You figure it out, dude. All right, damage. You go. If we can get 3 more creatures in the graveyard, we can like kill them. Although they do have the Get Lost, so it's unlikely that we'll be able to leverage that the way that we want to. Ooh, they have the Disenchant, so we will activate this now. Would you have anything that I care about? I guess I can just take out like one of your stock ups. Playing actual Disenchant is crazy. Souls of the Lost, do you count artifacts? Number of permanent cards. Wow. We just drew Keen-Eyed Curator, which is also really good. But I'm going to play... There's a chance that Rubblebelt kills my opponent. No, they've got Get Lost. I have to keep reminding myself of that. I'm going to go to combat and attack for 12. All right, they Get Lost. Now it's 7. So here I could play Keen-Eyed Curator, and Keen-Eyed Curator could try to protect me from their graveyard. But what they could do is end of turn add a charge counter to Blast Zone and then take out not just my Souls of the Lost, but the Keen-Eyed Curator as well. I have a feeling it might just be better to Hollow Marauder them, although that could put an Omniscience in their graveyard, which wouldn't be ideal. That's really a tough one. Maybe I'm just supposed to... I could play a Huskburster Swarm. This is a really weird spot. I don't like this spot at all. Do I just feed them my stuff? Kind of feels like I have to, right? I'm going to play the Huskburster Swarm and just hope they don't have it. I can't just play Keen-Eyed and then blow me out with their Blast Zone. Confounding Riddle. All right, this might do it. This goes really deep. Yeah, there's an Omniscience in the bin. Get ready for some fireworks. I'll let them play out at least part of the combo so you can see how it works. There's the Awakening. That's why we don't want the Haywire Mite. They don't need to play the second Omniscience, they just happen to have it. All they need to do now is find the battle, which apparently they haven't found yet. It would be really weird if they couldn't find the battle from here. Okay, still no. Still no. They've got Omniscience, so they can keep digging basically infinitely, but this is kind of weird. Land, Surveil, sure. Chart of course, sure, dude. All right, they found it. I'll let them loop this once or twice in case you don't know how it works. They're gonna search their library or graveyard or whatever for a card that will bounce the invasion. They will bounce it, draw a card, and then they will play it back out. It's free. They can search their graveyard, not just their library. So this is an established loop. Now they can draw as many cards as they want and do this as many times as they want. And there's a million ways they can win from there. So we're going to go to game 3. Do we want to change anything post board for game 3? No cutdowns, no Quag Feast. Nope. I think we have just about everything we could possibly want. We're just going to go back in and try to overwhelm our opponent with our fast green-black deck. All right, I'm on the play. This hand is, it's not great, but it's got, I think we have enough pieces we have to keep. We'll start on Mortuary, we'll play Beanstalk, we'll start like casting Vermins like crazy. Overwhelming Remorse, I don't hate it, but I don't think that's part of our early game. We're just gonna bin it. Land pass, ooh, Blooming Marsh, nice pickup. Land, Up the Beanstalk, draw and card. We drew some lands, which is good. Now we just wanna draw like some graveyard hate, Keen-Eyed Curators, whatever would be fine. Ghost Vacuum's fine. I fear that it's not quite fast enough to keep up with how fast our deck is actually moving. We'll pay for Gnawing Vermin, trigger the Vermin. I will mill too. Wow, that's a lot of lands, huh? Do we just play Souls of the Lost now? Or another Gnawing Vermin? I think for like mana efficiency purposes, we will discard a card to play the Souls of the Lost. We'll pitch the we'll pitch the Wastewood Verge. Make ourselves a little 3-4 action. And if need be, we can just Reclamation Sage the Ghost Vacuum. It's no big deal. That's not what I would have taken. If it were me, I would have taken, oh, there's no creatures. Never mind. That's a fine thing to take. Oracle of Tragedy. What the hell are you? Enters, draw a card, discard a card, shuffle, yada yada. Okay, cool. Makes sense. All right, they discarded an Awakening, not an Omniscience, which is awesome. Wow. We have, how many lands did we peel off the top of our deck? We just drew one the turn before. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ew. Deck, that's fucking gross. All right, Gnawing Vermin. Target myself. Doink. Cool. Land. Combat. Attack for 4. Connect. Reclamation Sage. Buy. Take out the Ghost Vacuum. And then you go. What do we want off the top more than anything? I think like, I don't even know. All of our big expensive stuff that triggers the Beanstalk is still going to be kind of big and expensive. Tap land. Okay, I don't care about that. Wow. Seriously? Man. Talk about a flood, huh? Combat. I guess. I'm cool with these Vermins dying. I'm just gonna send with everything but the Reclamation Sage. You know what? No, fuck that. Reclamation Sage too. If they want to block the Sage, this just gets bigger, so it's fine. Bam, you go to 11. Here's another land, I guess. Mildly tilting at this point. Confounding Riddle. That can't be good for us. Opponent has played against, when did I not draw land? Has it happened yet this game? I don't think so. If it has, it was like once. What did you put in the graveyard? There's 3 Omniscience in the graveyard? Oh my God. No. Show me the enchantment so we can move on with our life, so I can play one more round. All right, I guess they don't have it yet. Okay, Philology, sure. Confounding Riddle. Print Surgical into Standard. No, this deck's not powerful enough to even warrant that. Or we just got like really unlucky. We're like now, yeah, we lose here. We're now 26% to draw land. Like we kept a 2-lander and proceeded to see 1, 2, 3 in the grave, 1 in exile, 3 more in hand. We proceeded to see out of the 7 out of 7 were just lands. It's tough. We just got a little unlucky there. That matchup's probably on like the good side for us. When I say good, mind you, I do mean like 60-40, 55-45 type situation. Nothing landslidey, but I have to imagine we're slightly favored. But it doesn't matter because we're 1-1 and we're going to get one more game in before we end the stream. We're going to keep this 7. I don't like love it, but we have cards that we want. I wonder how aggressively this deck wants its Beanstalk. It seems like this deck can play its game plan without ever even seeing a Beanstalk some games. Ninja, that battle also pulls from the sideboard. Oh, really? Yeah, so it's literally the world's their oyster once they start using that card. All right, here's a Cenote Scout. Check the top card, Souls of the Lost. I could start going like real big, real fast. Yeah, I kind of like it actually. Just like Souls of the Lost, pitch land, Souls of the Lost, pitch land, go crazy. Yep, you've got a Maverick. Is this a mirror match? Oh no, this might be Insidious Roost. All right, there's my Souls of the Lost. We'll grab Swamp. My mouse is being glitchy. Is it dead? Are you dying? What's happening to you? Then we will Souls of the Lost, discarding a Llanowar Wastes because we have Verges and Verges are amazing. And now we have a 1-2. We'll attack for 2. Please don't have roots. Soul Cauldron, gross. Nothing good to do with it yet though. But you can pull from my graveyard, which isn't ideal. Let's go land. Do we just want to play Souls of the Lost pitching Blanchwood Prowler? Could be better to just cast the Blanchwood Prowler, although I'm not looking for land right now. No, I'm going to jam the Souls of the Lost. I will do that. Discard a card, auto pay. I'll just pitch the Prowler itself, I guess. If they want to grow something, they can trade with my Cenote Scout or like double block something. That's fine. I'm going to full send. This is developing a little bit weird for us, but that's okay. Yep, that's gone. Ooh, no, I thought about that wrong. They can trade with this. They can just block a Souls of the Lost. That's actually a little bit clunky. This conversely is probably a bit of a tougher matchup because they've got mainboard Cauldrons, which is a little bit freaky. Please don't play Tyvar, pretty please. No, so bad. All right, there's no Ophiomancer. There's nothing. They don't get anything. What is going on here? My trackball is being so fucky. Okay, so very cool. We drew a Blossoming Marsh. Can you hit Planeswalker? You can. I don't think it's going to help us, but we will Overwhelming Remorse the Tyvar. And I think my mouse has to disconnect from the computer for a second because it's being very strange. Maybe I'll turn it off and on. Do we attack? No, there's no way. They just blow us out the second we try to do that. No attacks. I'll start by trying to plug it in though. Oh, nope, that cord's not over here. I will be right back. You guys make sure my opponent doesn't cheat. Okay, got better mouse. Not better mouse. I think this one's just like literally dying as we speak. I charge this thing like once every 3 months. We just drew a land. They hardcast an Overlord of the Balemurk. Yeah, I figured it out. We concede that game pretty easily. That was pretty gross. Damn, opponent. That was nasty. We like Ghost Vacuum, like a lot. We like Keen-Eyed. I think we like Choking Miasma. Haywire Mite. What don't we like? I think we can slow our main game plan down a bit. Cut like some Rubblebelts, cut one of the Overlords perhaps. Maybe, I don't like cutting the Huskburster. I think Blanchwood Prowler is like pretty bad. One Scout, one something else. One big guy. I think Hollow Marauder's the worst one. Do I want anything else? I could see an argument for Reclamation Sage. I just don't know where I'm cutting to bring in Rec Sage. That's a little tricky. All right, I'll play first. This hand is great because I have 2 graveyard hate pieces. Ghost Vacuum. Go. Land, elves, sure. Draw, land, go. All right, deck. You've been, for the last 2 games I've played, you've been delivering all the lands. If you could just continue that, we'll be just fine. Insidious Woots. No. All right, Moltender, 1 land, please. Very chill. Very chill. All right, we will impend the Overlord. There's 2 of my lands. I'm pretty happy to take, I think there's souls here. Yeah, we'll take souls at a loss. Then we will pass. So Insidious Roost triggers when 1 or more creatures leave your graveyard. Please don't have Tyvar. Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Well, there's no creatures in your grave, but you could Moltender to put 1 there. Very gross. 1 land, please. Any untapped land and I can probably contend here. Without it, we're just in big dookie. They make a mana, activate. Okay, that all happens. Choking Miasma will still wipe this board. Do I have creatures in the bin? I have 1. Okay, so it won't quite wipe it. Oh, but the Ghost Vacuum I can use to steal my creature. We need a land. 1 off the top. I hate this game. Let's go Cenote Scout. Now it's so dicey. Well, better late than never, I guess. We'll play Souls of the Lost, discarding a card for sure. And it'll just be a Choking Miasma. And then that will be it for me, opponent. That Moltender's so good for them right now. They just have like a constant way to fill their graveyard up, which is not great for us. All right, they're going to Agatha Soul Cauldron of Forest. I don't care about that. I won't use my Ghost Vacuum to protect. Canker Bloom is gross. It resolves. All right, they blow up my Ghost Vacuum. Well, they're going to be able to grow stuff. I still think, no, I'm just going to let this go. I'm not going to help them make plants. That sounds bad and stupid. All right, opponent, this spot's not that hard. What are we doing? Yep, you've got another Moltender. Draw. Okay, Choking Miasma. I would like to wipe all but 1 of your creatures, please. 2. It'll be all but 2, which isn't great for me. You've milled a card. Agatha Soul Cauldron. Where are you putting that counter, I wonder? Make a big Maverick. Makes sense. All right, goodbye most things. This attack's free, so I'll take it. And you go. Luckily, they're choked up on mana, but not really. A second Insidious Roots? No. No, that's so bad. So let's see. They activate Agatha's. They give anything Moltender's ability, and I just like can't overcome that, right? Haywire Mite. This has been fun. It's been a while since I've had a negative win rate with a deck, but that's 1-2 with the black-green graveyard deck. Took us out of Diamond 1, and that is going to conclude today's video. This is the 3rd video I've recorded in the stream that this comes from, and yeah, that's a mildly tilting last 2 games with the deck. So that's done. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you next time. Remember, we stream on Twitch. The link's in the description. Goodbye.